Hey there Titans, welcome to Form Titan Basics. In this video we will talk about working with related records in the Form Titan and Salesforce. So let's see what we have here. So what we want to accomplish with this form is we want to look up an account. If we cannot find an account, then we want to create a new one. And in either case, even if we find an account or don't, then we want to create a contact under that account. So make it simple. If we find an account, then we're just going to create the contact and relate it to that account. And if we don't find an account, we want to create the account and relate the contact information under the newly created account. So let's take a look at our push settings here. So the first thing that we're doing is we're creating an account, either case, if it's a newly created account or not. And in our fields, we just mapped the first name, last name, and email fields. We didn't map the account ID field. Our next push, and on the create contact, we don't have any role conditions. So it's always going to create the contact. In our next push, what we're doing is we're creating an account. We're creating the account. We have a rule condition that only if our find account lookup field is empty, then we're going to create the account. Let's take a look at our mapped fields. We just mapped for this instance the account name. That's the only mandatory field to create an account in our environment. And our next push will be this one again without a role condition. So this one is going to run only if the parent push is going to run, which is to create an account, and it's a update action. Our action is update, and our condition is very simple. We're looking for the contact ID that equals the contact that we created in the first push, and the only thing that we mapped is the account, the newly created account with its account ID. And our third push, this is a conditional push. We're updating the contact only if the account exists. And how do we know that the account exists? Let's take a look at our rule condition. We're looking at the find account, and we're saying that if the find account is not empty, then we're going to create the contact. We're going to update the contact with the find account account ID. So let's take a look. So the only thing that we're updating the record, our contact record with, is the find account, which is the lookup field that holds the account ID that we found. So let's publish this and see how it does. Let's take a look. So we're going to find, let's say, search for, and I have some rule conditions here. That I have some conditioning on the field that I didn't show you. Let's take a quick look. And I'll get rid of that line. Let's delete this, save our form. So let's take a look at the conditions I have here. So I'll go to my lookup and I'll go to the conditions. We'll click configure conditions. And I have a condition here that says if the current field is empty, then let's take a look at our mapped. Then enable the account name. Otherwise, it's going to be disabled because I'm supporting the opposite. So let's refresh the form and see what it does again. So we're going to search an account. Let's say Gene Point. It's automatically loaded the account name. We can see that it turned the account name to be disabled. Now we're going to put in some new contact. And that's the existing account. And we're going to give it some email. And we'll submit. Let's take a look at our integration logs. So we can see that we have two pushes, one of them to create the contact and the other one to update the contact. Let's take a look. So we just created a contact and then we related the account ID into the contact with another update push. And we can see that it's related to GenePoint. And our email and first name and last name has populated. Let's take a look at the other scenario where we create a new account. So let's just say and we're going to call this and we'll submit this, and what we're expecting to see is 3 pushes, one of them we see that we created a new account, or created a contact, and we updated the contact with the newly created account. Let's take a look at our contact record. See the details. So we have an account named newly created account that we just created, and we have a contact under that account with the details that we mapped to that contact. And this is how it's done.